It's my alma mater, and to me that's where, if I'm getting a degree, it's where I should be getting my degree from. So my name is James Richard Smith, and I get called Richard by my friends, never James. I studied medicine, University of Glasgow, 1977 to 82, and then was back with an MD in the early 90s. And these days I'm a consultant gynaecological surgeon, Imperial College, and in addition honorary consultant in transplantation surgery at the University of Oxford, and I'm a professor of practice at Imperial College London. So why are we sitting in the Island of Bute right now? The answer to that is that my parents bought this house, Gynaecological, in 1971, and the house was in fact built by Sir William McEwen, who was Regis Professor of Surgery in Glasgow. Dad was a sheriff in Glasgow. He'd got both his degrees from Glasgow. He did an MA and then followed that with a first class honours LLB. Dad was unusual in respect he was the only non-private school educated member of the Scottish advocate in Scotland, of the Scottish Bar, and on the Sherivil Court bench for many, many years. It's funny, I can remember as a student, I used to go meet him in the college club, and he would usually be sitting with his students and having drinks, and I would join them, and there was a great warmth to the whole thing, I have to say. He did discover on one of those meetings that I was able to swallow a pint of beer in about 30 seconds, which he wasn't impressed by. This was about 3 months into first year. I was already learning some new tricks, it has to be said. So if you take me back to when literally I'd be 10, 11, 12, I was fascinated by anatomy and the way things worked. But I have to confess, and this is a confession, that when I actually came to study medicine at Glasgow, I intended to be a barrister, and I was intending to defend doctors who'd got themselves into trouble. And anyway, I got to fourth year and discovered surgery, and then fifth year discovered obstetrics gynecology. And in fact, obstetrics, all the big excitement of delivering babies and caesarean sections really, really fired me up. And I shelved all the ideas of being a lawyer and went off down the OBS-Gynae route. So I didn't necessarily go off to university with the best intention, dare I say it. There we go. Recently, it was actually in February, we performed Britain's first living donor transplant, which was 2 sisters. And I have to say that was a truly humbling day. We had the huddle, which you have pre-theatre, where there were 30 people at that huddle, and everybody was giving freely of their time and effort. And I think of, there was the cell saver guy, the perfusionist, Antonio, a young man. He switched his machine on at 9:30 on Sunday morning, and he switched it off at 5:30 a.m. on Monday morning. And just a huge effort from all concerned, very humbling, very scary day for the 2 women, their husbands, their parents, and happily both are well. The co-team lead, been terribly blessed. I've got a colleague, Isabel Quiroga. And it's quite interesting because we've got different skill mixes, which became apparent. And there's a really vital thing in all operating theatres. If you've got more than one consultant, there's got to be a consultant who's absolutely is leading that bit. So for the retrieval, it's me, and for the implant, it's Isabel. So it's very much a co-led process. We've opened a new clinic at Charing Cross, Uterine Transplant Clinic, which opened in May, June time. And after all the publicity in the summer, the first clinic that we held, there were a lot of tears. There was first patient I phoned, it was a telephone consult. I said, I don't know if you've seen some stuff in the media. And the patient just started to cry. She said, I have. She said, it's unbelievable. She said, I was told when I was 15 I would never ever have a baby. And she said, here we are. And she said, you guys are about to list me. And she said, that's just unbelievable. So the funny thing is, even though the numbers are small, we're having a big effect, positive effect for these women. And it's the women themselves that have actually kept the whole team going from the very start. I suppose my only advice would be is to try to do things that actually you seem to be good at. You see people in training who've decided that it's something they want to be, but actually it doesn't fit for them. And I think it's listen to that message and do the stuff that you're good at, and then you can be happy and flourish and blossom in the thing you've chosen to do. Favourite memories from Glasgow? I find that actually quite a hard question, because my overriding sense is the memory of camaraderie. And we had so much blooming fun, dare I say it. It was a lot of fun. We learnt a lot. We learned to talk to all types of people, see all manner of conditions, but through it all, there was just a great sense of all camaraderie and fun. That's the top and the bottom of it. And wonderful memories, wonderful memories.